All right. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? All right. We want to start off by saying thank you for joining us here. We appreciate your time. And today we have here an awesome panelist. I'm going to go ahead and start with Santiago. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Diego. So my name is Santiago Barrientos. I'm a recruiter here with TurboTax Life. I joined here about 5 seasons ago and work on all things TurboTax Life, including some of our specialty roles like leads, managers, quality review, and select time. And I am calling in from the warm state of Texas.
Nice. Long state. Long Star State, right?
Yes.
Lone Star. All right. And then Brenda, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hello, my name is Brenda Starr Hernandez. I am a QuickBooks Live manager. I'm currently working for the cleanup team, front office experts, where we help customers with their issues and resolve problems and help them to onboard to our services. And I have been with Intuit for 4 years now, and very excited to be here with all of you. And I am calling in from San Diego, California.
All right. Thank you for that, Brenda. Thank you so much. And also, Laura, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, excited to be here. My name is Laura Lowell. I am also in the state of Texas, but located in Dallas. I've been with Intuit for 7 years now, and I am on our QuickBooks Live recruiting team.
Nice.
So with that, I think we're going to get things kicked off. Yes?
Yes. Awesome. Thank you for that, Laura, Santiago, and Brenda. Thank you for that introduction and providing some information about what you do for the companies. A little bit about myself. My name is Diego Ruiz. I am part of the Latino tax professionals team, specifically in the sales department and support. So you might hear or see me helping some of our clients make sure they're navigating through the platform. But yeah, enough about me. Let's go ahead and get started about for this webinar that we're going, and Laura will be kicking off here the agenda.
Super. All right. Here is our agenda for today. So we're going to talk about Intuit and why this is an organization that you'll want to be a part of. You'll also hear about the types of positions that we're hiring for, the step-by-step process you'll follow from recruitment to onboarding, and some helpful tips to follow for conducting a successful interview. You'll also get to hear from an actual real-life QuickBooks Live bilingual expert. So someone who was once in your shoes and thought this job could be a really good fit for me. They applied, they went through the application process themselves, and now they've turned this into a career. So you'll be hearing from Brenda today, who will talk about her journey. And then you'll also learn about the trainings and certifications that we offer here at Intuit if you don't have the right amount of experience. All right, so let's dive into our webinar. First, who we are as a company and what is our mission. So Intuit's mission is powering prosperity around the world. It's our core belief that everyone deserves the opportunity to prosper. We live this mission out daily through our actions on the job here at Intuit to ensure Intuit is dedicated to providing the right tools, skills, and insights that empower people around the world to take control of their finances, have more money in their pockets, and obviously be more prosperous in everything they do. Intuit is uniquely positioned positioned to close the economic inequality gap that has been on the rise today across our communities by creating jobs and supporting small businesses and entrepreneurs to spark economic prosperity. But one of the most important resources we have to further our mission is not just the software that we have built, it's our people, like our tax professionals and our bookkeepers that are here today. So how do you fit in? You will advance our goal of powering prosperity around the world by providing expert guidance on tax and bookkeeping to our customers using Intuit products and tools. You'll play an important part in our effort to enhance our brand by delighting our customers and empowering them to prepare their taxes or balance their accounting books. All right. Intuit's journey began 40 years ago when our founder, Scott Cook, sat at his kitchen table and watched his wife as she struggled to balance her checkbook. And he thought, there must be a better way to do this accounting. Intuit is the culmination of that small idea, the concept of making everyday finance easier, which has evolved Intuit into a global technology giant in the financial services industry. Today, we have 4 key products in our portfolio: TurboTax Live, QuickBooks Live, Credit Karma, and MailChimp. But we're still driven by that same core vision that founded this company. There must be a better way to help our customers financially. Now, all of you on this call are here today because of the fact that you have an interest in tax, accounting, or bookkeeping. So let's dive a little bit deeper into these key areas of Intuit. All right. First, why work at Intuit, right? Let's jump into a little bit more about us. So Intuit is one of the top companies to work at. And you don't have to just hear this from me. You can learn why we're a top company to work at from many distinguished organizations that have ranked us on their best places to work. Just this year, Fortune magazine ranked us number 14 of their 100 best companies to work for in the US. Forbes lists Intuit as America's best employers for diversity. Now, diversity, equity, inclusion are not just buzzwords for us. We have had a Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer for years, and this is core to who we are. This truly runs deeply throughout our organization, and we focus a great deal on equitability, the fact that every employee has the opportunity to be successful in their career. We've also been listed by Glassdoor's Best Places to Work, Employees' Choice. So we've been recognized as a company who really does care about our customers, employees, and community. Now, product-wise, TurboTax Live is the #1 do-it-yourself tax tool that's out there in both the US and Canada. Here at Intuit, we have over 50 million individual tax filers across the US alone who use TurboTax to do their taxes. So TurboTax really is the key leader in this space. And QuickBooks Live is the #1 solution rated by customers globally. If you're self-employed or own your own business, you probably use QuickBooks at some level to be able to do your finances, invoices, payments, all to get your books ready for tax time. But the reality is that most small business owners are not doing this job because they love books and accounting. They're doing it because they're passionate about what they do. This is why we need a virtual network of professionals like you all to help either our small business owners manage their books while they're managing their business, or to help those 50 million taxpayers file their taxes each year. Either way, we're looking for people who know bookkeeping or know taxes and are professionals in this area to come in and support our customers here at Intuit. All right, we're ready for a poll. We want to hear from you. How many years of paid tax experience do you have? Is it less than 1 year, 1 to 2, 2 to 4 years, or maybe more than 5 years of paid tax experience? Get those answers in. All right. Let us know when the results are up.
All right, Laura, give them here another 10 seconds.
Perfect.
All right, so we have no participants as of now, but we'll go ahead and move on to the next slide.
Okay. So we are going to be talking about some of the benefits and the positions that are available. So even in today's economy, the need for TurboTax Live experts and QuickBooks Live experts to join our team only continues to grow. Could you go to the next slide, please, Diego? Unlike other jobs out there in the market today, our roles here have been stable and continue to be resilient to the economy year after year. So what do you get if you come to work for us? First and foremost, for all of our roles, you'll get to work remote from your home or home office. These are fully remote jobs, so as long as you're with us within the US, you can work anywhere you'd like. And you'll also be able to select a schedule that works best for you with our scheduling model. So this is an opportunity to earn extra income while setting your own hours. So for our QuickBooks Live roles specifically, this is a year-round position. So we do offer medical, dental, and vision insurance after 30 days of employment. You're able to participate in our 401k savings plan with the Intuit matching. You'll be eligible to participate in our employee stock purchase plan. We offer an employee assistance program. There are bonus incentives, and you even get your birthday as a paid holiday. So you can go celebrate yourself and enjoy your day. And then, of course, there's some discounts on our Intuit software offered as well. Now, for QuickBooks Live, our working hours are Monday through Friday between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm now going to turn it over to Santiago, who's going to speak about our TurboTax Live roles.
Thank you so much, Laura. And thank you all for joining us today. So here I'll be covering the TurboTax Live roles. So for our TTL roles, the benefits include a 401k savings plan, as well as an Intuit matching program. So for every dollar that you contribute, Intuit will contribute $1.25, up to 6%. And you are vested on day one. Now, if you come back year after year, we continue to match over and over for you as you work through the seasons. Now, another benefit that we have is our employee stock purchase plan. Now, this is going to give you the opportunity to buy stock at employee prices. Now, if you're interested in stock, take a look at how we're doing. This is a great benefit. Now, other than that, we also have an employee assistance program and paid sick leave. You also get product discounts and a free copy of TurboTax Live. Now, for scheduling during the tax season, we will be offering work schedules on a first come, first served basis around our operating hours. Now, our normal operating hours are going to be from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. However, during the tax season, we have extended seasonal hours that are going to be 7 days a week from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time, which is also 8 a.m. Eastern to midnight Eastern. Now, like I said, this normally starts mid-January and runs through April. Now, you must be able to keep a schedule of at least 20 hours a week in minimum of 4-hour blocks throughout the tax season. Now, and so here are some of the requirements and a little bit more information about our TurboTax Live positions. Now, so we're currently hiring for the tax associate role and the credentialed tax expert role. Now, our tax associates do have a requirement of working a minimum of 2 or more seasons, having paid tax preparation experience, preparing a minimum of 30 or more returns each season. Another requirement would be to have an active preparer's tax identification number, or PTIN. Now, our tax associates assist customers with their basic to complex tax questions using their knowledge of tax laws and concepts, along with tools and resources that are going to be provided by Intuit. You would be able to help agents quickly and thoroughly research tax information. Now, if requested, our tax associates could also assist with the preparation and filing of 1040 returns. Now, just as a side note, for our tax associates that are interested in becoming an enrolled agent, Intuit's Pro Dev team can help our tax associates get their EA credentials by providing study materials, mentors, and financial assistance with the exam. The best part about that, it is all at no cost to you. Now, once you have successfully passed your EA exams, obtained the EA license from the IRS, you can then be considered for our credentialed tax expert role. Now, like our tax associate role, our tax expert role also requires a minimum of 2 or more seasons of paid tax preparation experience. And once again, preparing a minimum of 30 or more returns each season, as well as an active PTIN. However, our tax experts must also be an active and licensed and active CPA, enrolled agent, or a practicing attorney. Now, keep in mind, the tax expert role doesn't only give tax advice, but they also provide tax filing services from start to finish when requested. Now, just as a recap, our tax associate and tax expert role all share a few basic things. So they are going to be seasonal and virtual customer-facing roles by phone or video, and require a commitment of 20 hours per week. Now, in each role, you will provide live tax advice, you will research and answer tax questions, and or fully prepare customer returns when needed. Now, there is going to be paid training and equipment provided for each role, and because we offer TurboTax in Spanish, being bilingual is a plus. Now, I will pass it over to Laura to discuss a little bit about our bookkeeping position.
Super. Thanks for all the information. Okay, so with our bookkeeper position, this is a role that, again, is year-round, and you can work any amount of hours between 20 hours to 40 hours. So the minimum is 20 hours, which is considered part-time, but you can work up to 40 hours a week. Again, this is year-round, not seasonal. We do offer a fixed schedule. So that means you will choose a schedule, again, working 20, 30, 35 hours, whatever you like, between Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific. We do not offer any weekend work in QuickBooks Live. Now, there are 3 requirements to be considered qualified for this position. We do require that you have 1 year of prior experience working with the QuickBooks Online product, specifically the online product, not the desktop. We also require that you do have an active online Pro Advisor certification, as well as 3 years of managing books for a small business. Now, we do offer, request, if possible, that you have some additional requirements, but they aren't necessarily required. They're just a bonus. If you have a bachelor's degree in accounting or finance, if you're an active CPA or CPB, or if you are bilingual in Spanish, again, those are huge pluses for us. So we are hiring right now, and if you are interested, definitely scan that QR code there on the slide deck. I think we're ready for another poll.
Yes, Laura, so here it goes. I'm going to launch it.
All right. So we want to know, how many years of experience do you have working with QuickBooks Online? Do you have 5+ years? 2 to 4 years, 1 year, or maybe none of the above? But we'd love to hear from you.
What do you say, Laura? Give them about 30 seconds to answer.
Sure.
All right. Get your answers in. All right, so I'm going to end the poll now. And we'll continue on to the next slide. We don't have any numbers to discuss here.
Okay. All right. So moving on, we are going to hear from a QuickBooks Live bilingual manager here at Intuit. Again, someone who was once in your shoes applying for a role like us, with us. But before I do that, real quick, I'd like to play a short video featuring a day in the life of a remote expert. So let's go ahead and roll that video.
All right, the link is not working. 1 second.
Wouldn't be a live webinar without a few technical glitches.
Right. All right. So the link is not activated here, Laura. Let me continue working on this here.
Okay, no problem. We can move on. Well, and if you get that up, just let me know. At this time, then I'd love to introduce Brenda to the stage with me. Hello, Brenda. Welcome. Can you just give us a quick introduction again, a refresher on how long you've been here at Intuit and your role?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. So happy that you're here. As I mentioned, I did begin my career here at Intuit in 2019. And then just kind of a little background, 6 months later, I became a lead. And then a year after that, I became a manager in the QuickBooks Live sector, working for a cleanup team.
Awesome. All right. So a little bit of Q&A here. What does a typical day look like for you, right? Especially when you were in the bookkeeper position. You know, what did your day consist of? What can folks on the call kind of expect?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you first come in as a bookkeeper, you will be trained on your computer, checking to make sure your tools are working. You know, you want to make sure that the camera is working and the headset is working and your microphone is working, because you will be talking to customers. There are a couple of reasons why you'll be talking to them. You'll definitely be taking incoming calls. And there are 3 different reasons why you would take these calls. The first one, as I mentioned before, is to onboard or set up the customer for our cleanup services in QuickBooks Live. The second one would be that they've already been onboarded, but the customer just has a question of what they still need to give us in order to start the cleanup of their books. And then the third one might be because they had maybe a payment failure, and so they had to resubscribe and they want to just go back to their original bookkeeper that they were working with. So that is kind of, you know, a little bit of the breakdown of what's going to happen at that moment.
Okay. So when you first started working here at Intuit, what kind of equipment or resources were provided to you?
Yes, absolutely. So Intuit is excellent at giving you almost everything that you need for your job. I laugh because really the only exception is the electricity and the internet. But other than that, you will have, you know, a headset, the laptop, you will get one-on-one guidance, you'll get the webcam that you need. You'll get continuous follow through to make sure that you understand the process and what is expected of you at all times. So you definitely have that support.
Awesome. Are there any other resources? Like if you get stuck, you know, talking to a customer, how do you reach out for help?
Yeah, so we use something called Slack. It's similar to text messaging per se. So you share a Slack channel with the team and with upper leadership, and then any questions that come up along the way on that phone call, you will make sure to Slack, ask the question. You will definitely get guidance immediately. If it needs something a little bit deeper, then we have Zoom. So we can always meet you in Zoom. You know, we try not to put the customer on hold, but if it's needed, we'll ask you to put the customer on hold. We will actually see you face to face and get those questions answered immediately. So like I said, throughout the whole shift, you have 100% support on anything that might arise and you're not sure of.
That's great. Awesome. All right. Let's talk a little bit how Intuit helped you grow your career, right? You started as a bookkeeper and now you've moved into a manager. Can you kind of talk about that transition and how you made that?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Absolutely. So Intuit is really just amazing in learning resources that they supply. They also offer wonderful opportunities to grow in your skill set and learn other skills where you're actually able to do mobility move between departments if you want, or within the company. It's really exciting. I've learned about, you know, project and product management along the way. I've worked with different people in all different departments here into it. Like I mentioned, I began my career here in 2019 as an onboarding bookkeeper myself, and just, you know, making sure that the customer was a good fit for our services and walking the customer through the books at the same time was super exciting to me. I think a lot of the reason, you know, as bookkeepers, We are similar, I want to say, to healthcare. We want to help, right? We want to help everyone. And that really is what this job is about, is customer service and how we can help our clients. So like I said, I started as a bookkeeper, then moved on to become a lead. So I was promoted to that, and then that's where I was the interim between the manager and the bookkeepers, and I helped to make the team a success, give them the opportunity to grow in their career. And now as a manager, I can honestly say that is one of my primary goals, is to make sure not just to give the support and guidance, but also to help everyone on my team to grow. And if they want to expand their career here, first of all, it's available. Intuit makes that available, but also just as a manager guiding people, there's greater opportunity. So currently as a manager, I do hold my own team in the capacity of 24 to 30 people under my organization. And it's just very exciting to both work with customers and a group of people so that we can make sure to be the best that we can be every day.
That's awesome, Brenda. All right, I know we have a lot of bilingual folks on the call today. So how has being bilingual helped you or made any difference here in your work at Intuit?
Absolutely. So being bilingual in my career here has helped me to be able to specifically assist the customers that have difficulty understanding what is needed from us in order to start the work on their books and to give the best customer service we promise and deliver. And as we know, being bilingual, it's challenging in its own certain ways, but it definitely brings a source of fulfillment when you can step in and help someone when they're very much in need. I know right now QuickBooks Live is really working towards possibly making its own SKU of like Spanish speaking in order to assist all of those small business clients that possibly they know English but have a little bit of difficulty. And we definitely want to grow that aspect of it to make sure that we can support all small businesses across the United States.
Wonderful. All right. How about your thoughts on our culture here? How would you describe it?
That is one of the things I absolutely admire about working here at Intuit. We work hard to make sure that everyone feels welcome, supported, and guided. One of the main goals is inclusion for all people from all walks of life. We have an environment that is conducive to learning and growing, and a safe environment that allows you to request help whenever you need it and foster team building and development. And so we definitely thrive on, we are all one Intuit family, and how can we help each other? And that is one of the top priorities every single year, and one of our big bets and goals here at Intuit.
Great. What about perks or benefits? What do you enjoy most?
One thing that really stands out to me, and from day one it has stood out, is that if you look across the board, companies are either shutting down or cutting back on their benefits to their employees. And like I said, from the get-go, Intuit has amazing benefits. They offer health insurance and dental insurance, not just to their full-time people, but also to their part-time or select time people, which is absolutely amazing. And then I enjoy working with people from all over the United States, getting to know them, as well as the customers that we serve. The training literally is unmatchable here. There are so many opportunities, like I mentioned, to grow into the positions, and you're never, ever left alone to try to figure out what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. You get direction at all times. One last thing is we get these things called spotlights when you do a good job. And these are dollar amounts that are put in this pretend bank, and then you can trade those dollar amounts into gift cards at any, many different retail shops. So you definitely get highly rewarded for the awesome work that you do here every day.
Outstanding. All right, couple more questions. What is working from home like for you?
Well, it definitely is a huge benefit, and especially with inflation across the United States and the rising price of gas, especially here in San Diego, that's almost at $7 a gallon. It is definitely appreciated that I am able to work from the comfort of my own home, and being able to just be in a comfortable atmosphere. There's no commute time, and it definitely brings down on the stress of having to drive to an office, not to mention the savings, like I mentioned, of fuel and insurance, as well as the potential for delays due to unforeseen things on the roads. But, we joke around sometimes. It's like, yeah, I had so much traffic today. I had to jump over the dog and the cat to get to my desk. So, it's something as simple as that. But when you stop and look at it, it's a tremendous benefit to be able to work remotely.
I agree with you. All right, last question. Any piece of advice you want to give to the folks who are maybe looking to take that leap into it?
Absolutely. So, if you ask anyone, do you know what QuickBooks is? Do you know what Intuit is? The majority of the people will know, just because it is a renowned company. It is very well known, and it's been around for a long while. It's been here for a long time. The forecast is that it's going to definitely grow exponentially the next 3 to 5 years here, bigger than what it already is. It's a company that has withstood a pandemic. When everyone else wasn't able to work, we still worked. We were still, working very hard at helping small business customers, and they didn't have to let anyone go during that pandemic. So that is a huge sign of a strong company. There is no sign of slowing down anytime soon. And then, we look for and we work with top talent. That's why we love, seeing many people from the different aspects of life coming to these webinars. And that's why, again, we're here today to encourage you to join our team in making a difference around the world with these small size businesses, and to also help them succeed in the bookkeeping aspect of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brenda, for your honest and insightful answers. This was a great conversation. I see Diego got the video working, so let's go ahead and check that out. Super. All right, so we are next going to talk about how you can join our community. So I'm going to turn things over to Santiago, who's going to first explain the TurboTax Live recruitment and onboarding process.
So thank you so much, Laura. So let's take a little bit of a closer look into how you will be joining our team. So I will start off with a step-by-step process, and then we will also share a few tips and tricks for your interview as well as your phone screen later on. Now, starting off right at the very beginning. So once you apply to a role that you're interested in, you will receive an email from the Intuit candidate portal. Now, this will actually allow you to show a little bit of information about yourself. So for example, uploading a resume, and you'll be also able to follow along your hiring journey. Now, from there, we'll actually send you a link inside the portal in order to schedule a phone screen with a recruiter, or who would also be able to schedule a phone screen with you as well. Now, at that point in time, once you are connected with your recruiter will be able to go through the basic phone screen questions, that are going to be testing things like your qualifications for the role. Now, if it's something that may not necessarily be a good fit at that point in time, your recruiter could also discuss some alternative roles as well. Now, during the phone screen, your recruiter will also share information about our training, our pay rates, and they'll let you know about our end of season performance bonus as well. Now, that is going to vary based on the roles that you are hired for and your experience. And so it'll be a nice natural conversation there. Now, finally, other things that they will be able to go over would be hours of operation, any sort of requirements, and answer any questions that you might have before moving on to the next steps. Now, after that, so the next step, if you meet all the qualifications for the role that you have applied for, and you are still interested in moving forward, then your recruiter would be able to request a digital interview to be sent from HireVue. Now, HireVue is our digital interview team. Now, a little bit about the HireVue interview is that the process, it takes roughly about 60 to 90 minutes, and it's going to have a couple of different sections. So there will be a video portion. There's going to be some multiple choice questions, as well as some short answer as well. Now, the entire interview is going to be open book. So you are more than encouraged to use any resources that you're familiar with, as well as any recommendations that the team might give you as well. Now, the best part about the interview is that you can take it on your own time and in the comfort of your own home. So it is rather convenient. Now, moving on to the next steps. So once you have completed your digital interview, it'll be evaluated by our hiring managers. And it typically takes about a week or so for that evaluation to happen. Now, once that does happen, your recruiter should hopefully have some successful results of that interview and reach out to you with a verbal offer. Now, at this point in time, your recruiter would confirm various things with you, such as your pay rate and end of season bonus potential, your start date, as well as the end of season end date, and as well as a little bit of more information around our training program. Now, of course, other than that, they would also let you know any tasks and steps needed to get your onboarding started. Now, if you accept that verbal offer, at that point in time, you would be connected to a coordinator who would be sending you a link from HireRight in order to initiate a background check. Now, once your background check is submitted, we will be able to send you an offer letter for review and signature through DocuSign. Now, there's going to be a few other onboarding tasks that are going to be required by Intuit. So you'll have to successfully pass an internet speed test, which would be confirming that your internet line does meet the required upload and download speeds for the role. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind is that your internet line must be hardwired, and we do not allow the use of hotspots, cell phones, or satellite internet to perform these roles. Now, another item is that we will be looking to verify your PTIN for both the tax associate and the tax expert roles, as well as an additional credential verification for our tax expert role. Now, that will actually be conducted by HireRight during the background check process. Now, one other thing to remember as well is that agents must be able to have or obtain any related licenses, certificates, permits, or bonds required by your specific state. Now, as soon as all of those tasks have been completed, at that point in time, you will finalize your onboarding and then obtain access to our Intuit Expert Portal. A lot of times you will hear us refer to that as IEP. And so that's where you will be able to go through and complete any new hire paperwork, your I-9 requests, and most importantly, create that work schedule. Now, please keep in mind that because the schedules are first come, first serve, that is why it's important. And you are going to be having to submit a schedule, a minimum of 20 hours a week in 4-hour increments now. And just as a reminder, the hours of operation for the tax season with TurboTax Live would be 7 days a week from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Now, once you've completed that and you have created your profile, submitted a picture and everything as an employee, we will be confirming your shipping address for the equipment that would be arriving close to your start date. Now, just as a reminder, agents do receive a laptop, camera, headsets, Ethernet cord, all for the use of the role. Now, from then on, your seasonal manager would reach out to you close to your start date and confirm things around the training information. Now, a little bit about the training information is that it is going to be 17 days of training. Now, that's going to be a mixture of some self-paced online modules as well as some live calls with the team. Now, the best part about that is that because it's self-paced and there's some different live call schedules, you'll be able to fit that into your schedule. Now, once the training is completed, at that point in time is whenever you would be ready to start taking phone calls and assisting customers for TurboTax Live. Now, I will go ahead and pass it over to Laura for the process regarding QuickBooks.
Super, thank you. Diego, is it possible to go into slideshow mode to make the screen a little bit bigger for everybody to see? We're seeing all the speaker notes. So the actual slide is very small. All right, though, I'll start talking a little bit about QuickBooks Live and that step-by-step process, which is very similar to the TurboTax process, just a few slight differences. So once you complete your application, a recruiter will contact you via email. We use a scheduling tool called Calendly. So they will send you an email link and you'll be able to schedule directly on the recruiter's calendar for a 20 to 30 minute phone interview. Now, once that phone interview with the recruiter is complete, you'll move on to the next step, which is our hire view. Similar to TurboTax, it is a digital interview. And then once you successfully complete that hire view interview, the recruiter will reach back out to you to discuss your verbal offer details and start dates. After you have verbally accepted your offer, you're going to receive a background invitation from our HireRight company. So you'll fill out your application for that. Once your background is initiated, You'll then be able to send over all the remaining onboarding items like your signed offer letter and your new hire paperwork, your I-9 documentation, that internet speed diagnostic test that Santiago mentioned, and of course, for QuickBooks, your Pro Advisor certification. Now, once you complete your new hire paperwork and your onboarding items, you'll be ready for your start date, which is actually on a Friday. And this is when your equipment will arrive. So you'll get all set up, and then training will kick off on that following Monday. And you'll receive an email from your training lead or manager. They usually connect with you 24 to 48 hours in advance of your start date to give you all the information that you need to know about orientation. So back over to you, Santiago, to share some tips and tricks.
Absolutely. Thank you, Laura. So as mentioned earlier, I would love to share a few tips to help prepare you for both the phone screen with your recruiter, as well as having a successful interview with our HireView platform. Now, so once you've applied, just be prepared for a phone call with your recruiter anytime during normal business hours. Now, and as I mentioned earlier, feel free to schedule a phone call using that candidate portal invite that you receive once you apply. Now, another tip would be having your resume both updated and ready to review with your recruiter in preparation for your phone screen. Now, if all goes well and you move forward with your phone screen, then just be prepared to conduct that digital interview within 24 to 48 hours after your phone screen. Now, once you do receive that link for the HireView interview, I would definitely say set aside at least 90 minutes in a quiet location and free from any possible distractions. Now, also make sure that you're using a hardwired desktop or a laptop that has both audio and video capability. Also, make sure to use your research resources. So have your books, notes, or internet at the ready. As a reminder, of course, the interview is going to be open book. The only thing that we do ask for is that you cannot use any human assistance. Now, other than that, though, take advantage of the practice questions that are going to be available. Be prepared to explain your thought process. Now, of course, do remember this is an interview, so be professional, project that stellar customer service skills, and let your personality shine through. And then last but not least, don't forget to relax and have some fun with it. All right, it looks like we are ready for the next poll, so I will hand it over.
All right, what interests you most about becoming a QuickBooks Live or TurboTax Live expert? We'd really love to know the answer to this one. Is it earning that extra income, growing your expertise, receiving Intuit employee benefits, maybe all of the above? And if the opportunity is not right for you, that's okay too.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and end the poll now.
Okay, so on to trainings and certifications that are offered. All right, next slide. Okay, so we do offer some free tax and bookkeeping courses here through our Intuit Academy if you're interested in learning more. This is your one-stop shop for all things related to learning and growing your tax and bookkeeping career here. Whether you're new to the industry or just need a refresher, it's designed with a community-first approach where we offer free courses and exams. We currently offer a tax level 1, level 2, a cryptocurrency specialty course, and a bookkeeping course. This platform is highly interactive where you can navigate how you want to learn and at what pace. So apart from being free, there are key incentives that the Intuit Academy offers. First of all, you do not need any prior experience to take this course. As you know, in today's job market, not having enough experience can be a tough hurdle. The Intuit Academy will serve a great starting point for you to get comfortable with the accounting industry in general, so that you can learn at your own pace, take exams on a schedule that works for you. Now, if you've already had some prior tax experience, you can skip that course and go straight to the exam and showcase your knowledge. Either way, you can take and pass the exam. You will earn your Intuit Academy badge, which will help you stand out for jobs when you're applying here at Intuit. So if you're interested, we'd love to see you enroll in the Intuit Academy and get started on your journey today and stand out here at Intuit for those jobs that you want. All right, next slide. So for the bookkeeping pathway, there is a required QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification. And this is a little bit more information about how you can get that. The certification and training exams are all available on our QuickBooks Online Accountant website. They are free to all our accounting pros. You will get this certification in as little as 8 to 10 hours, and you can do it again on your own time. You don't have to do it in one sitting. Now, the reason that we have this requirement is that it helps us honor our promise to our customers that they will be connecting with an expert in QuickBooks Online. And this is ensuring our customers will be provided the best expert service and experience possible. So there's that link right there for you to go ahead and get started today on that certification. And that brings us to the end here. We'd love if you have any questions, please add them to the chat. We want to thank you for your time and for joining us today.
Thank you, Laura, and everyone, Santiago, Brenda, for your time and the information. We will be sharing the TurboTax Live link and the QuickBooks Live link on our social medias and other platforms as well. If you are interested, please stop by our sites and follow those links.